Hey everybody, clearing. I'm gonna dive into a Divine Masculine check-in at this point, and I may give a little update at the end of this video. I'm thinking of coming on tomorrow and doing a live reading session as a fundraiser. So I'm feeling kind of 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And yeah, so watch for that. But yeah, I'm just gonna dive right in here and look at what the Divine Masculines would like to prioritize in the connections at this time. So what is it that the DMs, thank you Divine Creator for showing us, inner bravery. Okay, so DMs are really being pushed to expand their capacity with stepping forward, doing the right thing, showing up correctly, but with this sense of bravery. So out of their comfort zone, but really taking something to the next level, not dimming the light of this love is what I just heard. So let's see in the ways that the DMs want to emotionally foster this bravery. Two of Pentacles, they want to make the choice to go all in. Two of Pentacles is a juggling card, and in the inverse like this, it's an emotional decision to put the money where their mouth is, and or in this case mostly their thoughts, to actually go for this, to actually release the other options and to go forward. So it's an emotional decision. It looks like for most they've done that, and now it's about taking that first step. If they have not said something yet, it's about continuing to do the small gestures that show the love, but having that emotional conviction to go all in here. Okay, what is the conscious way the DMs are wishing to employ bravery in the connections? What is it on the conscious mind that the DMs, the Tower in the neutral position? So they don't want to be disruptive. They want to be honoring of all involved. They want to transition from whatever they've been juggling, whatever the circumstances were that were in competition with this connection. They're wanting to seamlessly fade into you. That's a Mazzy Stars song reference, but they want to release, fade out of, so gradual. They don't want it to be cold turkey, but there is a line in the sand. They do want it to be night and day difference, and they want to bravely continue going through the steps needed to see exactly when things are warranted and how those things should be done. So it's like I'm seeing Indiana Jones stepping on the magical stones. It's like they're employing presence to know what to do in each moment, so they don't rock the boat unnecessarily, or they don't cause animosity or rebellion, that they're doing it from a very trustworthy, heart-centered, authentic place. What about in the physical? What are the DMs expressing here? Again, more neutral energy. Six of Wands. So this is the public victory. So this can be, clearing their reputation with you, feminine, for whatever has happened in your connection or any misconceptions that might have happened. But this is also introducing you to friends and family. Is this giving me the vibe of unfolding naturally? So as the different things arise in the energy, they're going to cross those bridges as they come, but they're not going to hold them back or manufacture obstacles or resistance anymore in the physical. There is a come what may sort of attitude. Knight of Swords, again, another neutral position. This is my card of communication. And so it's a need to know basis, but it's not a resistance that is holding things back if they legitimately are evident in the energy. The masculines are not going to do anything to cloak what is there. And Six of Pentacles, equal give and take. So they do know that being able to foster a deepening dynamic with you is going to come hand in hand with this introduction into their life, into their world. it is really watching from an observer point of view. So the masculines are very much not aloof anymore, but in sort of that emperor energy of surveying this developing connection from a point of sovereignty, non-attachment, majesty even. There's a very beautiful energy here that is requiring them to see their nobility even. It's an interesting, it's like a healthy pride. It's a joyful thing, but it's more of a heartwarming energy that I'm feeling. Okay, so that's what the masculines want to prioritize at this time. So let's have a look and see what the masculines are going through in their own lives with each of the usual divine masculine check-in energies, what they are energetically navigating in light of what we just saw with that bravery. What do the feminines need to know about each of these things in our own right about receiving the masculines in this motion? And what can we see for all counterparts watching this video regarding what's coming up next for consideration, and how maybe some advice for navigating those things? Okay, masculines, about the connection in general. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, this is the new beginning. It's not in the upright, so there's something that is like a slow time capsule release. It's like time release, yeah. So this new beginning is beginning to occur in drips and drabs, I just heard. So it's like, as this unfolding naturally stuff happens, each brick in the foundation is being evidence in the 3D, in the material realm. It is coming into the physical brick by brick right now. What can we see for the energetic card? Tranquility, patience, disillusion. So the masculines are learning patience by not rushing in, by not building Rome in a night or a day, and watching it, enjoying it. You know, you hear things like time flies when you're having fun. Masculines are savoring. They will never be single again once they come into union with you, and they are watching this unfold when you don't think they're watching feminines. They are savoring this becoming while the old is being dissolved, released. They are keeping this equilibrium, the peace and tranquility as this happens. And in many ways they are ushering you, divine feminines, into this motion of union by regulating the flow, the timing, the peaceful approach. It's an unassuming thing. It's a humble thing. It is a confident thing. It is a masterful thing. It is an emperor, a noble thing. And so, yeah, they are really looking at this connection right now as a work of art, I just heard. What do the feminines need to know about that? Abundance. So yes, feminines. The feminines have anchored the energy of abundance. The energy of abundance activates our ability to manifest the wealth we need and the sense of fulfillment that comes from a heart and soul that are overflowing with love and gratitude. Mwah. Community. Like I said the other day in yesterday's reading, that the divine showed me that the show of immense support and abundance that you've all afforded, Sukha and I. It is like the cardiovascular system of community, freely circulating what is needed. There is no lack, there is no shortage. And when we are generous like this, there is enough to go around for everyone. And it's an energy transference. Money is just a metaphor for energy exchange. It's just one of the many ways that can happen. And so we have unlocked this abundance because we're no longer in scarcity, lack, fear, that there's not enough, or that giving is going to take away from something else. What goes around comes around. If we're doling out fear, we're going to receive fear. If we are resonating with abundance, there's always going to be enough. And so feminines, just continue to allow the gratitude and love. And I want to say the wealth you need does not have to come from your masculine. There will be time and place for sharing resources on a bigger level, and for partnering and for creating exponential abundance together. But right now there is a sense of feminines, you are handling the things that you need on your own, or laying the foundation for you to have that self-confidence, to have the experience of knowing that your abundance is between you and source, and that you can generate your needs, that the good Lord provides kind of energy, that you will always have your needs met. What is the advice? Pull the daggers out of our hearts and start to heal. Oof. Yeah, the healing is here, and no matter what your circumstances, I know with my pet and so many comments about other people's pets right now, they're really pieces of our soul, you know, our beautiful companion animals, and the healing and the different rites of passage we're all going through, and the different things that we're integrating at this time. It's safe to pull the daggers out and begin to actually heal. These are the expectations of others, the societal beliefs, the misconceptions, the lies we've been telling ourselves. Pull all of that out, take a deep breath, begin to heal, switch the energy to the abundance mindset. Okay, as that abundance anchors, this new foundation coming in, this new prosperous beginning will be revealed more and more. It goes hand in hand, and it's mirrored. What are the masculines bravely looking at regarding their feminine? Ooh, self-love in preparation to continue to come forward. You know, feminines, your masculines don't feel worthy. They are the sensitive, empathic, compassionate beings that the world has affected greatly. They are divine, they are soft, they are open, and they have also needed to guard their hearts and be sure and be ready for the right person reserved for you, feminines. And so they are really mustering all of the affirmations and self-confidence right now, that they feel the time is genuinely coming to come forward, and that it does depend on their healthy confidence, their healthy knowing of their worth, so that they know that they are loved by you and chosen by you, and that you're not going to lose interest in them, that they're good enough. Yeah, what is the divine angle here? Enthusiasm, learning, generosity, and fortune. Yeah, when they know they're worthy of the abundance that you are embodying, this is that exponential generation of fortune together. This is the exponential stuff. So the masculines have also needed to come into the worthiness and their money story, their abundance, the knowing that energy goes around, what goes around comes around, and that there is more provision available. Something about your abundance right now, feminines, is showing your masculine that there is this high frequency potential. If they love themselves, they're seeing you love yourself, and how that generates good fortune and abundance in your life. And they are now seeing how they could understand what that would be like for them as an independent, sovereign person, and as it relates to your connection. Oh, what a message. I'm taking that to heart. For the feminines, heart chakra. The frequency of heart chakra, the green flower of life, supports our capacity to love deeply and unconditionally. Its healing properties harmonize the mind and body. So yeah, feminines, you're nailing it with loving your masculine deeply and knowing that their actions are on their shoulders. It's not to do with you. If your conscience is clean, you can love your masculine completely unconditionally, no matter what. And just know, you don't have to, get ahead of yourself or enmesh in there. That's a sovereign person on their own journey, and it does all work together and harmonize. So I'm even getting with this harmonization of the mind and body, that's the masculine and feminine here as well, and how it is an energetic teaming up, a synergy coming in, a foundation with the number 4 here. Yeah. Just seeing your masculine as a brave soul becoming. What is the instruction? Yeah. Putting down the burden, putting down all those karmic burdens, carrying other people's karma, buying into duty, doing things that are killing our joy, killing our vibe. No more. This is really digging deep for that inspiration, the passion. What would taking one step in the direction of your joy look like today? That's the message there. What are the masculines feeling on the heart space for the connections? Oh, 2 of Cups in the inverse. Yeah, it's this self-love that they're anchoring, that there is this knowing that they are one of the luckiest people on the planet to have found somebody so exquisite like you, feminines. It's so fun. I think I have a Suka hair on my nose from my clothing or her blankets. Yeah, masculines are really digging deep, and just, you know, I'm feeling that they're having gratitude that the divine has brought you into their life, that they are actually starting to feel the heartwarming knowledge that it's not by chance, that you are a gift, that you are salve for their wounds, that you are the answer to prayer, feminines. I'm really feeling that it's sinking into them that they must have done something right to deserve you, or that all of their lonely heart cries and soul cries in their life is being answered by a higher power for bringing you into their life. They're in awe. I'm getting there's something about the connection right now where they are in awe, but I'm also drawn to this very much eye to eye and this top priority. When this card is in the inverse like that, there's a very clear, this is accentuated where it's direct connection to each other, and it's very straightforward. It's heart to heart, soul to soul. They see it more clearly than ever right now. Oh, my heart, I heard. What is the energetic? Creation, multiplication, and growth. Exactly. They see that not only has there been so much growth in this journey since having met you, but they see so much potential going forward. And it's this heart-centered alignment. What for the feminines? Authority. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. So that's the masculine and feminine. This looks like the flux capacitor. But this is the multidimensional navigation that can come when we have both sides of the puzzle like that. So feminines, remember, you can have both of these aspects within you, the masculine and feminine, the authority for those aspects, but you can also then have that in a dynamic with your counterpart. So again, powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. What is the advice going forward? Page of Pentacles, there's an offer in the physical. So there's something that may not look like it is going to lead to the immense unfolding that it will. So just stay open. I'm hearing that old adage, don't dismiss strangers in need. You might be entertaining an angel. I don't remember how that actually goes. It's something like that. It's something like, don't downplay the significance of small gestures from your masculine right now, or you know, there's way more to it. There's way more to it, and just embrace the sweetness of smaller gestures right now, because there's a learning to speak each other's love language that I'm feeling in this equal give and take. And I'm hearing right now, it's never been a case of the two of you not loving each other, but because there are such vastly differing paradigms for whatever the differences are that society would be curious about in these connections, those very differences actually create a tapestry that is rich with diversity and synergy and meaning and texture. And so there is a beginning to alchemize with each other by learning to speak each other's love languages and not mistaking coming correct for doing it my way. There is so much going under the radar with attempts to really show love in ways that maybe haven't been our home territory or home love language. And so there are growing attempts by both, I'm hearing, to speak the other's love language and to really not have to have it a fixed way that's familiar. Oh, that's beautiful. And in learning that flow, there has been so much more abundance available than we've been able to see, because it's been lost in translation, is what I'm hearing in some regard. But that's changing. It's becoming much more simplified because the trust has been established. What can we see on the Heart of Hearts from the masculine to the feminines? Putting down the guard. There is this raven picking up this one passionate wand. That is talking about a passion growing, igniting, based on this love. There's definitely a magnetic pull growing here. What is the divine? Spiritual sovereignty, astral travel, and timelessness. So no matter how much time has passed or the ways that your paths have taken you, you will pick up where you left off and then some, because there's been so much astral travel, communication, development, and this spiritual sovereignty has been so rich with growth that it's a timeless connection, but it's been so valuable to have independent growth and to really get through the cringe. So I'm feeling that the masculines, whatever has happened that maybe they had a conscience about in your connection, they're seeing that, having tested the energetic waters on the astral plane or even in the physical, that they are safe to drop the guard on the heart space. You're not going to Jekyll and Hyde them. You're not going to condemn them like karmic partners who want to control them or bully them would do. Divine feminine energy masculines know that when you show face, they can tell when it's sincere, but they also know that you are somebody that wouldn't do that if you didn't mean it. There is a trust on that level in these connections. What do the feminines need to see? Oh, romantic love. Supports our journey to feel whole and complete through the experience and reflection of a conscious lover. So yes, I was just saying that the feminines are conscious. Well, the masculines are about to drop their masks even further, their guard, and show you how conscious they have been about this love. I'm hearing in the physical. What is the instruction coming next? There's the Emperor dropping control, but this is dropping into the heart instead of the logic mind. And that is showing you some feels, showing some sensitivity. It might feel awkward for them at first. They might not know how it's going to go over, but masculines, you've got this. You've got this. Practice it in the astral right now. So this can be astral projecting or even just telepathic conversations, talking to ourselves, anything like that. But there is a romantic allowance that's coming in here, a sensual. I'm just hearing the coast is clear because spiritual sovereignty is here. What can we see for the masculines wanting to manifest at this time? Yeah, heck yeah, the Lovers. As above, so below. So this Two of Cups has the same imagery with the heart and the ravens. This is also ancestral line healing and merging, I just heard. But yeah, they are following this higher guidance and emulating this higher love, and they're seeing how it's starting to unfold naturally and bravely into this physical dimension They can hardly believe their eyes at how it's playing out because they are not directing it. It's coming through them, feminines, just like it's coming through you. This is what channeling love from the higher dimensions feels like when we get out of our own way, out of our own fear, and watch how the universe orchestrates things without being concerned if it pulls us this way and that when we least suspect it. If we can roll with changes and embrace that things that happen may not need to be classified as good or bad. They may be directing us in ways that is working for the greater good that we cannot even imagine, but we do need to just trust the process. What can we see for the energetic, self-sustaining systems, fluidity, and abundance for a second time? So yeah, when we anchor our own connection to source to know what these higher templates are, the Holy Spirit, the righteousness, the aligned feeling. So those are all ways of saying when it's well with your soul. So when we can discern when it's well with our soul, we have become a self-sustaining system. We don't need to know what's up with anybody else, because if it is truly well with our soul, no jokes, just well with our soul, it's good for us, it's good for others. And it will bring us on our higher timelines when we do that. It's the moment we deny our intuition or delude ourselves or carpet sweep something, we don't speak up, we don't affirm or acknowledge things that aren't well with our soul and act accordingly. When we don't do that, we get ourselves into quicksand. And so when we can be fluid with navigating, because we know when something is actually good with our soul or not, this is where we bring in abundance, because we make all the healthy choices that are in alignment with life-affirming things. What can we see for the feminines? Dynamic. The frequency of dynamic supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin and frequency. It helps us to put together a reality that's made up of many different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and great joy. So that fluidity, when we've become aligned on our own, we move through life with this dynamic energy. And there is nothing we can't handle. Okay, that Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, this is the let it unfold naturally. So oftentimes I'll use this Ace of Pentacles as a 6-month window. So over this 6-month period, I'm already hearing that it began at least a month ago, half a month ago, and that we're in this cycle of becoming. So that's likely astrological, where luck is coming in and more dynamic opportunities are coming in. I just saw that this is a 23 card, and I also just heard that 2023 positioned us to access these dynamic, rapid changes that are aligned with us to unfold one after the other over this next first part of 2024. I just heard 24 karat golden. So let's see, what are the masculine's actions regarding the connection? Here's the Emperor in the upright. So yes, this is the energy I was feeling, where they're surveying their domain, their land, their future, their potentials. This often has children in the card, watching children play, watching life unfold, watching the generational legacy unfold. There is an energetic pride here that's allowing for things to be well with their soul. So this is the bravery, that the shoes aren't too big anymore, and that the masculines are really starting to accept this love that has been presented to them, and to accept themselves as being worthy for that. So discernment, discipline, and order. Yeah, they are learning how to have impeccable discernment about what is before them, and about the ease and the grace related to allowing it to happen rather than digging heels in and resisting. There's a season of allowance and acceptance and flow coming in, whereas in the past it wasn't safe, the coast wasn't clear, it wasn't time. yet. Oh, and then we get emergence, feminines, like you can't make it up. So it is emerging into possibilities now. It's synergy, it's alignment, it's dynamic, it's available, it's appropriate, it's becoming more appropriate. Emergence invites us to approach our reality with a childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from that place. So it is said in the Bible that to enter the kingdom of heaven, we have to be like a child. And this is that wonderment and allowing the beauty to unfold, not trying to micromanage and safeguard and be cautious and skeptical about what's happening anymore, but really knowing where to look to see the things that are in alignment come through. And the advice, keep practicing unconditional love, supporting your own emotional equilibrium, knowing on your heart of hearts what is the most loving way of navigating at any moment. Only you know, based on your circumstances, your awarenesses, what actually sits well with your soul. And so this is the new way of life, being sure that way, knowing how to feel into potentials and energies and choices and thoughts, and to determine if those things are truly honoring in each moment. What can we see for the biggest challenge for the masculines? The High Priestess. Be still and know. So it's continuing to download this multidimensional way of living. It's continuing to just let it integrate is the challenge, and not rush. Allowing it to just be. Temple of eventual destinies, benevolence, spiritual progression, and enlightenment, allowing it to sink in. Pinch me, I'm dreaming, I just heard. So the masculines are really, I'm seeing this one with the bridal veil there. Ooh, the veil has been lifted. So the masculines know that what was once an eventual destiny, they're seeing it way more clearly, that you are the one. I just heard that you are their high priestess, that they are just coming to the awareness that they are a match and worthy for a high priestess. And that is an awesome reflection for your masculines, divine feminines, to look a high priestess in the face and say, it is mine. This one was divinely made for me. And to know that you are theirs, not in a possessive way, but in an absolute knowing. It's like they've lifted the veil and they see you as their match. Oh, and they know it's only a matter of time until it unfolds sufficiently, but it's about, you know, this is the moment before you kiss the bride, right? And so the consummation, maybe they're wishing to rush towards that honeymoon phase, but there is still a wait period. What do the feminines need to know? Communication. Exactly. The emotional transparency and the bonding and the actual communication and sharing does need to happen before these connections get to that fun part. Sorry, that was a wink. I'm tired. So ridiculous. I'm right-eyed. I'm not left-eyed. That was awkward. Anyways, you get my point. Communication, the frequency of communication. Oh, it's a 14, and I heard 14 days from now. Take that how it resonates. The frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart, the center of our truth, to stay in the flow of source and balance exchange. Yeah, well, I'm just going to leave that there. So feminines, just remember those words for communication and advice going forward. Humility. Get down off everyone's high horse and just love. I just heard that. What is the solution to this? It's almost watching and not wanting to speak just because now it's becoming very real. Three of Pentacles, yeah, there's more than meets the eye. There's a lot more going on behind the scenes, energetically being included in just this physical motion that's happening. What is the advice for masculines? Bliss, aspiration, and realization. It's becoming real. Exactly. This is coming into the physical. This is showing up before our very eyes. Lives are merging. Timelines are converging. The 5D is overtaking, like passing gear. 5D is shifting into passing gear, and the 3D is needs to refuel. There's something. We're running on high octane energetic boost here. What about for the feminine's integration? So the feminine and masculine are being integrated. This is the Shri Yantra. This is the portal. This is the Om. This is the voice of creation. And so as we integrate the masculine and feminine, the spiritual and the physical, we are literally opening portals of possibility that have never before been seen on the planet. What is the, I'll read it. Integration supports our embrace of every aspects of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. Everything does happen for a reason. And it is absolutely essential that when something that we deem bad happens, to really count our blessings and see the gratitude in it. And when something that good happens, to really know that we should not be manic and overly charged about it. We should just allow that to be well with our soul and not make more of it than is necessary. There's a very Buddhist saying that is, nothing matters more. You can take that in so many ways. It's a good one. It's a brain teaser, but it's talking about everything is sacred and everything is in flow. Okay, so we have feminines really looking at your cup of love here, really looking at what you are left with. If your masculine walks away and you feel like you've got an empty cup, you're in codependency. Wow, I just heard that. So if when your masculine is out of sight, out of mind, you feel like your cup is dry, you're not doing it right. Whoa. That is awesome. Okay, let's get one archetype card. What can we see? Thank you, Divine Creator, for exactly the archetype we need. Eros. Ooh. Okay. Bring it on. Roman numerals. Getting there. Okay, Eros. Through Eros, though Eros can be depicted as unbridled sexuality and eroticism, a more contemplative understanding of this archetypal energy leads us to the root of desire itself. What do we long for? Why are we awakened by love? What makes us hesitate in the face of intimacy? Eros reconnects us with the primal longing to merge with another human being. Nature, music, art, plants, food, or anything that we perceive we are separate from. Eros allows us to momentarily unite. Our heart embraces otherness, and in doing so, we further understand our own. Our life force awakens. This card reveals an inevitable initiation into love's labyrinth. You may find yourself swirling in a new territory of desire and sensuality. What did I tell you? There's a passion growing. A genuine, deep passion, not a lust, the real thing that will last a lifetime. Explore the labyrinth with a curious and honest heart, and remember, though the way is circuitous, you are always being led towards its center, which is the heart. Okay, yeah, we are getting closer and closer to real true love on this journey, because we're getting closer and closer to what real true love for self is. and therefore we can actually love and be loved in increasingly real and authentic ways. That's what it's all about. Okay, that is the reading. So, my dear Suka and all of you amazing people out there. So, Suka had her surgery last night, and the vet was incredibly surprised that she ate a full meal right after. They did kind of have her under sedation to keep healing because she had to have the pin in her hip right at the top by her spine on her left hip. So continue to send energy there. If you are sending Reiki, all the muscles had to be dissected to get to the bone to pin it. So all that soft tissue damage has occurred, and that's going to be really painful and require gentle movement. They've sedated her again to keep her pain-free till tomorrow, when they're going to put her on anxiety meds to be a lighter sedation so she can start functioning more, moving more. They've got supports to help her become more mobile and get out for a walk and bathroom. What else did they say? They said that she was standing and that her legs are showing an increase of strength. They're liking what they're seeing, and they do feel like she's going to make a full recovery. So it did hit me really, really hard today that without your help, I would have had to let her go. And I didn't have to. It wasn't even a consideration. And, you know, it happened so fast, and there were so many things that needed to occur during the process. And here we are. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for saving my dog's life. And yeah, what a beautiful blessing. And again, there is no lack. There's always enough, and this is the healthy circulation of community. Let's template this as a way of life and you know, continue to cycle this abundance. There is always enough. Let's let it flow. Let it flow, you guys. I'm so proud of all of us, and Suka for taking one for the team like this. But whoa, everybody. She is comfortable, you know. I know it's gonna be okay, but my guide said once she starts healing, she'll forget the pain, and we'll be good. We'll be good. And so, yeah, it's worth it, everybody. And she's worth it. And thank you for thinking I'm worth it. You're all worth it. You are all worth love. What a beautiful, precious, fragile life this is, and how lucky we are to be here. It's so tender in this dimension. I love you all.